Alright, hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Charmander Conquers Sinnoh, or whatever I'm gonna call this. I don't know what I'm gonna call this. Anyway, in the last part we got started, and yeah, everything seems to be going about exactly the same as if we had started with Chimchar, because Charmander and Chimchar unfortunately have pretty much the exact same moves early on. It's pretty much in the early parts of the mid-game where the run will really differ. Ooh, Cricketot. Anyway. Let's see. I don't think there's any additional details I just need to go over. No need to catch that. This is Generation 4. You do not get experience points when you catch things. Oh, yeah, and my PC copy of Pokemon Platinum doesn't seem to work very well. I didn't read that guy's text. You know what? It's fine. He wasn't saying anything important. Fun fact about youngsters, though. I've heard in Japanese they're actually called shorts boys, which is why they're so obsessed with shorts. Quick attack? That is cheating. Alright, and he's in. Charmander should start to do a lot much better once we get our access to Ember, or Amber, or however you want to call it. Sorry, Fire Pun. I gotta use their nicknames, because the game won't. They still don't. Like even in Scarlet and Violet, when I heal up at a Pokemon Center, they tell me, oh, your Pokemon are doing good, and they refer to them by the Pokemon's name, not the nickname I lovingly gave it. I don't care if you call my stupid Flamingo Flamingo. I named it Bird Pun. You gotta respect the Bird Pun. Alright, and yeah, let's go ahead and move that new move we got to the top. Ember! And we'll put Scratch there. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, anyway, one interesting Pokemon to keep your eye out for if you're playing this on your own is, well, on this route, there's Shinx. Shinx is a very good critter to catch early on. It's a very early electric type, probably the first you can get your hands on. I do believe most folks use Shinx for this region because of its early availability and just how useful electric types are in Sinnoh. A lot of random trainers really like Gyarados here for some odd reason. Woo, burn! Alright. I'm going to take advantage of that burn. Wait, no, I said no items in battle. This is a disaster. Yeah, because normally I just use an item, but if I'm not going to use items, this could very well... Oh, she only had the Bidoof. Okay. I am not used to not being able to use items in battle. So we're gonna backtrack to the Pokemon Center, since it's right here. I did buy potions, but you know, It's actually a bad habit from when I used to play Pokemon as a kid. Yeah, I had a lot of bad habits from playing these games in my youth. One of those that'll probably make this run a lot more frustrating for me personally is I really hated to lose. Give me just a second here. Okay. Alright, yeah, but I really hated to lose, so I would always reset if I ever lost. And I do mean ever. Ugh. Oh look, there's a Shinx. I don't know if I'm gonna need a Shinx. Alright, well this is not a very good Shinx. Shinx can have one of two abilities. Those can be either Rivalry or Intimidate. Since our attack didn't drop, this Shinx obviously has Rivalry, and Rivalry is a very shit ability. It'll boost the Pokemon's offensive stats if they are the same gender as the opponent they're facing, but they have reduced offensive stats if they're the opposite gender. But just in case, I'm going to get my hands on the Shinx anyway. I don't think I'll be using it temporarily or long-term. I have a very different idea for a critter to help Charmander out through the early game until I get its replacement. Oh yeah, no need to nickname Shinx. Alright, anyway. This guy. I believe this guy uses very different Pokemon in Platinum. In fact, I think he's an entirely new encounter in Platinum compared to Diamond and Pearl. I don't know. It's been a while since I've ever played Diamond and Pearl. Yeah. But yeah, he's got a Burmy. It's very weird they'd give Burmy, of all things, to an early trainer like this, because, well, it is an early bug type, I suppose, but Burmy's only available in honey trees, and we can't start using honey trees until after we deal with Team, I think it's Plasma in this game? No, Galactic. Team Galactic. Yeah, we can't use honey trees at all until after we deal with Team Galactic in the first town after the first gym. If that makes any sense. I doubt it. I am talking nonsense. Anyway, now that we have Amber, we are dealing with these guys no problem. Thank you, Charmander, and your higher special attack. Actually, I think it's about on par with what Chimchar would have at this point. It's tough to say. I actually should do a simultaneous playthrough using Chimchar, so that way I have a more accurate comparison between the two. But then again, it's not just Chimchar I want to compare Charmander to. I kind of want to see how Ponyta does. Ponyta is actually a critter I've never used in the Sinnoh region. And that's despite the fact that I always started with Piplup back in the day. Yeah, Piplup was my go-to, because I really like the awkward penguin. But I didn't use Ponyta because I didn't like it. Oh, story stuff. Hi, Lucas. Are you catching Pokemon? Wow, you've already got 4 Pokemon with you. At that pace, your Pokédex should be full in no time at all. Oh, I know. Don't you think it's better to know more about Pokemon? Sure it is. I know just the place. Come on, don't be shy. Follow me. Geez, Dawn, you're just such a... That man, what is he doing? What? Mysterious man. How did you know? How did you unmask me as a member of the International Police? Huh? What? I beg your pardon? I was just making conversation. Heh, you claim you were only making conversation, do you? But I know better not to believe. I know better not to believe that. No. You recognized right away that I was someone extraordinary. That is why you spoke to me. Is it not? Your power of observation is fearsome. Quite admirable, you are. Now that my cover has been blown, let me introduce myself. I am a globe-trotting elite of the International Police. That is a sentence. My name? No, I shall inform you only of my code name. My code name, it is Looker. It is what they all call me. Incidentally, is the saying, "Don't be a thief," familiar to you? No. No, you claim to not know it? How could that be? Perhaps your mama has said it, but you have forgotten it, like usual. Now listen, my friends. It is wrong to take what belongs to others. Unfortunately, there are apparently those who do not heed those words. In Sinnoh, in fact, there are criminals stealing the Pokemon of others. I have, therefore, been on the lookout for characters arousing my suspicion. Incidentally, you are trainers. Yes, perhaps you can make use of this. A verse recorder? That verse recorder, it is a nifty device for recording a match. I obtained it because it is quite popular these days. But myself, I do not do Pokemon battling very often. It will be in better hands with you. Also, I have a request. If you were to see me again, I ask that you not talk to me, for I am on duty. Actually, yes, you may speak to me. You must. Not because I am lonely, no. You must inform me of bad guys. You must inform me of any happenings. Working for the International Police must be hard. Lucas, here it is. It's the trainer's school. The name says it all. I saw your friend Barry go in earlier. He could still be in there studying. Okay, bye now. Berry, study, ha! Anyway, Looker there is probably why they changed how the introduction plays out in Platinum compared to Diamond and Pearl. Because in Diamond and Pearl, Berry and your player character technically steal your starter Pokemon. The two of you decide to go to the lake at the beginning of the game where we met Cyrus, who was not at all creepy, and then while we're there, we're standing next to the briefcase and some Starly show up, so we pull some Pokemon out and battle, and that's how you pick your starter in Diamond and Pearl. So in Platinum, since they have Looker here, they decided, let's not make the player characters thieves. Ooh, item. Yeah. X attack! Yay! We are going to attack your X's. Hey Lucas, did you come to study too? I went ahead and memorized everything that was up on the blackboard. After all, it's the trainer's job to avoid having their precious Pokemon hurt in battle, right? So, Lucas, what brings you? Huh? You've got something for me? A parcel. So, what is this? Score! It's a town map. Huh? Why are there 2 in here? I like it a lot, but I don't need 2. Here, Lucas, you take one. Oh, gee, thanks. A town map. How useful. Well, according to the town map, I guess Oreburgh City is where I should be going next. There's a gym, so it'd be perfect for raising the Pokemon I just caught. Well, I'm on the road to becoming the greatest trainer of all time. See you around. Oh wow, winning that first battle really went to his head. Anyway, those 2 youngsters on our right, these guys here, they're trainers. You can battle them, and I think you get goodies if you beat them. But before we battle them, or however you want to rephrase that, we need to catch something new. Oh, you call yourself a Pokemon trainer, and yet you have no Poketch. That is, Pokemon Watch, or Poketch for short. Oh my, you are a rare case indeed. You see, I invented, and now manufacture, Poketches. Not only that, I'm now conducting the Poketch promotional campaign. All you have to do is find 3 clowns in Jubilife City. If you can find them, I will gift you with a Poketch. Hooray. What was I going on about? Oh, right, I need to catch a new Pokemans before we battle those trainers there, so that way that new Pokemans can gain the experience. Hi, I'm a Poketch campaign clown. Let's roll out my question. Does a Pokemon grow by defeating others and gaining experience points? Yes. Ding ding, you're absolutely correct. Pokemon grow stronger by defeating other Pokemon in battle. Some Pokemon even grow into an entirely different form in a process known as evolution. Here you go, your Poketch coupon. But yeah, in this way, getting the Poketch, which they require you to do, is an extended tutorial, since each of the Poketch clowns, Poketch clowns will teach you things like that. So, the next one, a Pokemon can hold an item, yes, yay! A Pokemon may hold a single item. Some items become effective as soon as they are held by a Pokemon. Berries are excuse me, Yanni. Anyway. Berries are eaten by Pokemon as necessary during battle. Here you go. Oh my goodness, the lag. Lag. It's a good thing this is not an MMO, because I would be letting my team down. Hey, you. Yep, Poketch Clown. Just like Pokemon types, the move of Pokemon also have types. Yes, they do. Yay, we're absolutely correct. Yeah. Oh, I skipped that. But he's basically explaining stab, or the same type attack bonus. So if your Pokemon uses a move that matches its type, it'll deal increased damage. So it's usually better to have moves in your move pool, or your available moves that match your own type. Okay, let me count your coupons. I'll use the Poketch here. 1, 2, 3... Bravo! I say, bravo! In return for these coupons, I present you this Pokemon Watch, or Poketch for short. Oh my goodness, it's on the bottom screen. You can add apps to your Poketch to make it even more versatile. Touch the Poketch screen and find the apps that are right for you. Hooray! And yeah, I'm recording really early, 5:36. Well, actually, my computer clock is off, so it's actually 6:36. Very handy, though. It's programmed to automatically have the time that your DS is set to, so you don't have to set the time or anything, unlike in other games. Anyway, the next Pokemon, the Pokemon I really want to catch is somewhere on this route. So I will keep going until Firepun and I have our next teammate, although this one is going to be very temporary, so let me cut ahead to when we found it. All right, finally. Well, anyone who's familiar with Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and or Platinum will be familiar with Badoo here. So Badoo is the baby form of Roselia. Ew, it's got poison point. You know what, it's fine. It's temporary anyway. So even though grass is ass, it rhymes because it's true, a grass type is the perfect addition for the perfect addition to this team, or rather, it's a good critter to catch if you start with a fire type, because grass is a very good complement to fire. Everything fire is weak to, grass is super effective against. So water, rock, and ground, those are all things grass can handle, which is exactly why I am going to use a grass type for now. Yay, we caught our Badoo! And since it's going to be seeing some action, we need to give it a name. Let's see. What is a good name for Badoo? I'm almost thinking finally, because it took forever and a half to find. Oh my goodness. It's like the game knows what Pokemon you're looking for and makes them specifically, gives them a specifically low encounter rate just to annoy you. Alright, anyway, now that we have our plant pun, we can start making plant puns. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and put Badoo up front. Plant pun. And we're gonna need to go heal up. Oh my goodness, lag! Yeah, if my DS was able to record properly, I'd probably just use that. All right, and yeah, as you saw there, it said Firepun survived the poisoning. So when your Pokemon get poisoned in generations 1 through, I believe they keep it in until 5, you take damage every time you take 4 steps on the overworld, 1 point per 4 steps. In generations 1 through 3, if your Pokemon's HP reached 0 in that state, they would faint, and you would have to heal them up at a Pokemon Center or use a revive or something. Oh right, there were trainers I wanted to battle in town. In generation 4, they actually had it so your Pokemon would survive the poisoning on 1 HP, and I do believe that change was made for actually some remakes. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, your lead Pokemon would follow you around. So if it fainted suddenly in the overworld, they would have to have it go into the ball and then your next Pokemon come out. And I don't think they were able to get that implemented, so they just had it survive the poisoning instead. Anyway, poison, that tends to be more of an issue in the early game than it is later on. If you encounter poison later on in the game, it'll only be a problem for the battle you're in, generally speaking. Oh wow, 1 shot. Anyway, that kid was using big brain strats. He fed his Starly an X attack, so it would do even more damage. Alright, give me just a second. I will BR to the B. Alright, and we have returned. Alright, anyway, let's battle the next one. Oh wow, we don't even get the option to turn her down. Oh well. I mean, by the fact that we're challenging her to a battle, that obviously does mean we wanted to battle her, so I guess it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, let's absorb her Bidoof. You know, let's absorb its life's nutrients. critical hit, and it only dealt that much. Oh my goodness, let's grow. So I believe growth in, oh yeah, I think that was a more recent change. So growth, it only increases special attack. In Generation 1, it increased special, since that was one stat. But I believe starting in Generation 5, they made it so growth will increase both attack and special attack. So that way all grass types that learn it can benefit from it. Not just the special ones like Badoo here. Oh, did I already mention that Badoo is the baby form of Roselia? Because it's the baby form of Roselia. So Badoo will evolve into Roselia based on friendship, but only during the day. If it's the middle of the night, Badoo cannot evolve. Oh my goodness, that dealt damage, but I think Plant Pun has got this. Unfortunately, since I usually record these at night or very early in the morning, I do not know if my Plant Pun will evolve. Yay, Poison Point. Which is oddly the only way you can actually poison things this early on. You're gonna use a potion. How dare. Didn't you know items in battle are restricted, Missy? Well, we want Badoo or Plant Pun to make, or to get experience, so we're gonna swap it out for our Fire Pun. It's time to burn, baby, burn. And unfortunately, since Bidoof is poisoned, we cannot burn it. The only only other status condition you could suffer from at the exact same time would be confusion, because confusion works entirely differently, sort of, but not really. Anyway, let's scratch it to finish it off. I don't know why I'm conserving PP, because we're gonna heal up at the Pokemon Center anyway. Yay, level 5 Plant Pun. Alright. And we got a level 9 Fire Pun. Yeah, regardless of which starter you pick, it is always a good idea to have one other critter trained up before you try to leave Jubilife City to the east. I believe it's east. I think we have to talk to this guy. Oh. We did all that for a potion? Well, I mean, I did it for the experience, so yeah. Anyway, they teach you about using items in battle. Well, if it wasn't already obvious from one of them using an X attack and the other using a potion when her health got low. But because I'm trying to not use potions or other items in battle, that's obviously going to be useless for me. Well, not really, because I can use it outside of battle. Nyeh. Words. In any case. But yeah, before you can leave the town or leave Jubilife City by going east, you will have to battle your rival. And since your rival, since this is a pre-Gen 7 game, your rival will have the starter that has a type advantage against yours, so that means you need to be prepared for that. It'll also be at a higher level than in the very first battle you have against him. So, yeah. Things all around. Okay, this Shinx has rivalry, so we'll just swap out right away. And since we are now using our Fire Pun, who is in fact boy, her Shinx will not be dealing as much damage. Mwahaha. Leer. It's gonna keep using Leer. Well, I'm just gonna burn you with my embers. Brarg. Oh, now it tackles. 5 damage. That's pathetic. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what they were thinking with with an ability like Rivalry. It's too situational to really be depended on. I mean, well, if you know the game inside and out, you can always get an ideal gender on your Rivalry Pokemon. But it's honestly so niche that Shinx's other ability, Intimidate, is infinitely better in every possible way. He's gonna beat me with a Magikarp. How dare you, sir? Yeah. Well, if anyone knows anything about Magikarp, you know how this is gonna go, so let's absorb it. Silly Magikarp, splashing around won't do you any good. I believe in Japanese, splash is actually just called hop. You know, they decided to name your most worthless rival after the most worthless move. Well, not really, I like hop. Hop's okay. Well, compared to most rivals, he's okay, I guess. There have been worse rivals, but that's a pretty low bar. Thanks, Brendan and May. And Wally, I guess. Alrighty. And Barry. I don't really like Barry, the rival in this one. I mean, at least he picks the starter that has an advantage against you, so he is mildly difficult from time to time. But Barry just really annoys me. Yay, Plant Pun gained a level from beating a Magikarp to death. And it learned Water Sport. But they're the Pokemon you got from your dad. Well, that doesn't mean they're good. Jeez. Alright, and then we battle this lady here. Oh, and she's polite and asks us for a battle, but she doesn't respect us if we wanted to say no, so, And she has a Badoo. Oh, it's at level 7, that means it knows Water Sport too. So I believe Water Sport is one of the many moves that was cut alongside a bunch of Pokemon when Dexit happened. So Water Sport, it reduces the amount of damage fire types move for the duration of the battle. It has an equivalent for electric type moves called Mud Sport. When these moves were first added to the games in Generation 3, they were kind of pretty much considered a complete joke because the Pokemon that learned them didn't really need them. Ground types learned Mud Sport, water types learned Water Sport, and water types do not need to further reduce the damage to fire type moves because they already resist and deal super effective damage back, and ground is immune to electrics, so reducing the damage that they don't take from electric type moves doesn't really help out all that much. It was a very weird situation. I suppose it was meant to highlight the new double battles that were added in Generation 3. So you send out your ground type with your water type, and then the ground type uses Mud Sport, so that way the water type doesn't take damage from electric type moves, or as much. But it's honestly faster to just KO the electric type Pokemon who is weak to your other ground type moves. Alright, anyway. Alright, so for the upcoming rival battle, we're going to swap Plant Pun and Fire Pun around. Yes! Oh my goodness, the lag! The lag! Alright, anyway. And here we go. Hey, Lucas, tell me you got a little tougher. Me? Do you even need to ask? Of course I got tougher. Come on, I'll demonstrate it to you. How rude. What if I didn't want to battle you? Did you ever think about that, huh, Barry? But yeah, the only new addition to Barry's team is the Starly here. So if you started with Turtwig, you're in for a real hot mess, because he'll have 2 Pokemon with an advantage over your ass type. Don't get cocky, this isn't over yet. Well, it kind of already is over, because we just burned your Starly good. Or Gouda. Anyway, Fire Pun has now reached level 10. Hooray! And we learned Smoke Screen. That is cheap as all get out. No. I probably should make use of that because, you know, it is a tool that Charmander gets in this game, and, you know, we're trying to test, see things, and see how well Charmander does in Sinnoh. But, stalling tactic. I really hate relying on accuracy and accuracy-altering moves. So I'm probably not even going to use Smoke Screen. Maybe. We'll see. Although, then again, I shouldn't feel bad about using it, because the AI loves to abuse accuracy altering moves, and I hate the AI for that. It's super effective. And Piplup was hurt by the burn. Well, yeah, your Pokemon's low on HP. Things are definitely getting very tough. Your Piplup is no match for my fresh puns. Oh, wow, that did not deal that much damage, but it's fine. The burn will finish it. Alrighty, and Fire Pun and Plant Pun, they both gain experience. Plant Pun even gained a level. Alright, so now I'm in the awkward position where, oh, hold on. What? Yeah, I didn't even get to read that. How dare you? What? What do you mean I lost? Well, that's it. That's the last time I'll ever lose. Ever! I'm going to be the world's toughest trainer, and you know it. The first thing to do is take on the Orberg City Pokemon Gym. I'm gonna toughen up for that, totally. Yeah, you do that, Barry. Anyway, what was I going on about? Oh, right. Even though Plant Pun is going to be a temporary member of this team, who I intend to swap out much later on, I'm still in the awkward position where I'm going to have to train her up quite a fair marginal bit, because she is going to be the carry for Charmander in the early parts of the game, because the first gym uses rock types, and Charmander is weak to rock. Alrighty. Come on, move it, you slowpoke. Yeah, right, I guess if you go down the other way, well, I guess I could actually show that. Why not? You know what? We're here. I am demonstrating things. Let us be demonstrative instead of just telling you about things. Show, don't tell, folks. It's a thing that people tell riders to do. Anyway, you talk to this guy? Yes, sir. An old rod is a good thing. You think so, too. Am I right? Yeah. Yes! Good answer. We can be friends. Here you go. That's my old rod. Yay, this guy gave us his old rod. So, no, we do not need tips on fishing. And he gives us tips on fishing anyway. How rude. Anyway, yeah, so this is Route 218. We will be coming back here much later, but that guy gives you an old rod and there's water to fish on. You do the math. You can catch Magikarp here, and then you can have start training up a Magikarp so you can have a strong water type. Although Magikarp has to get to level 20 before it'll stop being completely useless. Ugh. Well, I mean, it learns Tackle at level 15, but its attack stat is so low that it can't really do much with Tackle. So you're better off waiting until it's level 20. Alright, anyway. I get my get up and go for my Pokemon. Here we go. Kricketot, Zubat. Oh my goodness, he has a Kricketot and a Zubat. He has twice as many Pokemon as the average trainer in Scarlet and Violet. All right, well, how are we supposed to handle two Pokemon? I mean, one is one thing, but two? We're just gonna swap into our Fire Pun and burn them. This will be very burning. Sorry, I can't think of very good puns. I'm not actually a very punny person. That's why I named my Charmander Fire Pun instead of an actual fire pun. Well, whatever. Actually, I was trying to think more of a lizard pun, but lizard pun doesn't fit in our character thingy-madoodad. They don't give us that many characters to work with. Leech life, how dare. Alright, well, we can still amber you to death. Oh, right. Funny thing about Kricketot, it is a very interesting Pokemon, or rather, it has a very interesting feature about it, in that the base form, Kricketot, has a much lower catch rate than, or actually not catch rate, a lower encounter rate than its evolved form Kricketune. Kricketot is only available on these early routes and only in the morning or at night. Kricketune, on the other hand, is available at pretty much any hour of the day. So that means it's easier to find a Kricketune than it is a Kricketot. Generally speaking, of course. Alright, another Schwartz kid. And this one has Shinx. Well, Shinx is no match for my plant pun. And it has rivalry, so it's not even going to do that much damage, probably. I guess we could have groped a few times. You know what? Yeah, that's not doing that much damage. Let's grow a little bit. We're faster anyway, so the moment he decides to start attacking us, we can start healing it off. Oh, he's going right for it. He only did 5 damage. That's baby numbers. Let's grow again. We want a nasty plot boost. Alright, let's see how much we do with 2 growths under our belt. Ooh, much better. I think that'll be a 3-hit KO instead of the, I don't know how many hits KOs. Probably 6. I think 2 boosts to one of your, or 2 boosts to your attack stat or special attack stat doubles the damage you're dealing. I think. Don't quote me on that. I do not battle competitively. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Curse you, Poison Point! Or actually, Poison Point's a good thing. Because it means I don't have to do anything, although I could have used more health. It's fine. Poison Point is actually the worst of the 2 abilities that Plant Pun could have gotten here. The other one, Natural Cure, that one heals status conditions whenever the Pokemon swaps out. And that one is infinitely better simply because Poison Point is extremely niche and it'll cause a status condition that you might not want to inflict. Especially coming from a grass type like Badoo, who could learn other useful status-causing moves, such as Sleep or Paralysis, or even Toxic, which is just better poison. Anyway, Machop here should only know fighting-type moves, and since Plant Pun is half poison, it resists fighting. Sorry, she. I know my Pokemon's genders. That tells me right there on the screen. So let's grow one more time. Actually, I think that was my 3rd growth this battle. You know what? It does not matter. What does matter is that this Machop probably cannot do that much damage to our Plant Pun. So our Plant Pun can just drain the life force right out of Machop. Alright, and Machop's actually an interesting Pokemon to use this generation, because Machop got a new ability for Generation 4, and that ability is called No Guard. So what No Guard does is it makes it so the Pokemon's moves will never miss, and the opponent's moves will never miss against it. So it allows Machop to do some very crazy shenanigans. Dynamic Punch normally has a 50% hit rate, but not anymore. Machop makes it 100%. I do believe it is even possible, well, they re-released Pokemon Red and Blue on the virtual consoles, and a neat thing about Pokemon Red and Blue is that there is a TM for Fissure in it, and Machamp can learn Fissure. And since they also introduced items in more recent Pokemon generations that allow you to swap between a Pokemon's abilities, that meant that in Sword and Shield, it is possible to have a Machamp with No Guard and Fissure. I have no idea if they actually allowed that to happen, but that is a thing you could do. although it requires a lot of transferring, so you probably have to be paying for Pokemon Bank. And who pays for Pokemon Bank? I mean, certainly not this guy, who already has hundreds of critters in it. Yeah, definitely not me. Oh my goodness, speaking of critters, she has 4. 4! Alright, well, let's just absorb. Oh, right, and our plant pun learned Stun Spore. So, of the various status conditions that exist in the Pokemans, I think paralysis is my personal favorite, simply because paralysis is permanent, or, well, as permanent as a status condition can be, and it always reduces speed. So you don't have to keep reapplying it, unlike speed, or unlike sleep or freeze, and it'll always be there helping you out until the opponent manages to get rid of it somehow. In Abra, I believe at this level, Abra can only teleport. If you're interested in using Abra in Pokemon Sinnoh region, it is actually available on this route. It's a very rare encounter, and since Abra can only use teleport at this level, you have to just chuck a ball and hope for the best. Abra is definitely worthwhile, though. Abra has always been an extremely powerful critter, and that has not changed in Generation 4. But if you aren't lucky enough to catch an Abra on your own, there is actually a guy in Orberg City who will trade you an Abra for a Machop. And Machop is much easier to catch than Abra, so if you're not having luck finding your own Abra, that might be worth considering, although traded Pokemon have some downsides. They gain more experience points than Pokemon you capture yourself, but the counterbalance is that if they get above a certain level, which is determined by your badge, I call it the badge level limit, they won't listen to your orders. So it can make traded Pokemon very difficult to work with, since you have to make sure that they don't gain too much experience, but they're gaining even more experience, so they'll hit their level cap much faster, and if you need to rely on them more and more, then you're going to have to keep them, or rather, you're going to run out of the ability to use them. Hey, speaking of Abra, there's an Abra. You know what? Why not? Why not? It'll either run away or we'll get it. One or the other will happen. Let's catch it. Or try to catch it. No! Abra got away! Alright, well, let's see. I believe this lady has Pokemon. She got a nifty keen badge from the gym in Orberg City. Oh my goodness, she must be an extremely tough trainer. She has a level 8 Psyduck. I was actually considering using Psyduck. Weirdly enough, there was this one episode of the Pokemans anime that got me interested in, well, not interested in Psyduck. It was actually Golduck. Golduck looked really neat. I don't know why, but it just stuck out to me in that episode. And it's like, you know what? I think I kind of like Golduck now. And now I kind of like Golduck. Although not enough to actually use it on this playthrough. Maybe some other time. You know what? I kind of want to do that Chimchar playthrough, and to play through with Ponyta. So I might as well do that. Actually, I don't need to use Chimchar. I've used Chimchar a lot. I've never used Ponyta. Let's just use Ponyta. But I can do that on my own. Yeah. Alright. And a repel. I don't want to repel things. Yeah, that's actually another bad habit from my childhood days. I am too much of a hoarder. I didn't really like to use items like repels and such. That sparkling new Poketch. Your awkwardness as a traveler. You're still a pretty new trainer, aren't you? But it's all good. You're a new fellow friend of Pokemon. So let me make a gift of this hidden machine to you. HMO6. That hidden machine, or HM for short, contains the hidden move Rock Smash. A Pokemon learning Rock Smash can smash small boulders in the field, but the trainer has to have the gym badge from Orberg City. If you don't have that badge, you can't make a Pokemon use the hidden move Rock Smash outside of battle. You know, if Rock Smash was a better move, then I would say they could also have it so you can't use it in battle either. But I believe they want you to be able to use Rock Smash in battle at this point in the game, because Rock Smash is a fighting type move, and the first gym leader, Rourke, uses rock types. Rock is weak to fighting. However, I would not recommend relying on Rock Smash to defeat the first gym, because rock types also have very high physical defense. So Rock Smash is the least efficient way to handle that. Alright, let's Amber. But it is an option if you wanted to pursue it. Quick attack, how dare you? But more importantly, in the remakes Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which I'm not supposed to talk about, rather than giving you just the HMs, well, he actually gives you TMs, they turned Rock Smash and pretty much every other HM in this game into a TM instead. A lot of people actually do not like HMs. In Generation 4, particularly, is when it started to feel like there was a big bloat of HMs. There are a total of 8 HM moves we will need to teach our Pokemon, and each of them is necessary for completion. So, since each Pokemon can only learn 4 moves, that means that you have a total of 24 move slots between the 6 Pokemon you can have on your team. 8 of those, or 1/3 of those move slots, need to be taken up by HM moves, most of which are garbage in battle, like Rock Smash. Well, Rock Smash is fine at this early point in the game, but after you get past the first gym, it is pretty much a useless attack. So that's a thing. Alright, anyway, she has got a Bidoof. Oh, it's part of the reason why Bidoof was probably actually added in this generation. Bidoof, or its evolved form B-Barrel, can learn almost all of the HMs. I think it can learn 6 out of the 8. The only 2 it can't do are Fly and Defog. So, Bidoof is a common addition to any Sinnoh region team, simply for its ability to use any and all of the HMs you don't actually want to teach to any of your other Pokemon. Because you can use it to cut, surf, waterfall, it can learn rock climb, rock smash, it can do pretty much anything. Some HMs are useful enough in battles. The 2 water type ones, surf and waterfall, and then strength is also really decent. Rock climb, not so much. But anyway, since Bidoof learns pretty much all of them, it's a must-have critter for going through the Sinnoh region. In the remakes, since they got rid of the need to use HM moves, they instead have an app on your Pokédex that calls a wild Pokemon to do the move for you. So it's basically like Pokemon Ranger. Howdy, trainer! Huh? Uh-oh, you don't have a single gym badge? You'd better do something about that. I'll take you to the Pokemon gym. Yeah. It seems really neat that so many characters, at least early on, comment on gym badges or your lack thereof. It makes it really seem like collecting the gym badges is as a thing for most people and all that fun stuff. Huh? Oh, it's you, Lucas. You finally got here? You're slow like always. But anyway, the gym leader's tough. Like, seriously serious. If the gym leader's this tough, I wonder how he compares to my dad. Huh? I just drifted there. Anyway, the gym leader's gone off to the coal mine. If you want to take on the gym leader, you'd better go off to the mine. Oh, I don't want to go mine. I get enough of that out of Final Fantasy. It's why I don't do the leveling roulette anymore. I hate mining for gimmicks in the gimmick mines. Anyway, what was I going on about? Oh, yeah. So many people commenting on gym badges and collecting them and all that fun stuff. It makes it seem like the gyms are a consistent part of the world and blah, blah, blah. And that's honestly something that seems to be lacking from Scarlet and Violet, ironically. Like, the gyms just seem like such a non-thing in those games, which is ironic because they dedicated an entire plot line to collecting them all. Anyway, speaking of collecting them all, actually it's not related at all, I was going to cut it off here. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.